Alright guys, welcome back to another Collins View presentation, okay? And as always, remember, this is no financial advice, this is just how Collins View peeps. Alright, mainly for educational purposes. For you to learn and know more about the forex markets, okay? So now let's dive right into our analysis, okay? And right now we're looking at Gbpjpy. If you're following on the channel, remember we analyzed the markets from these zones. Analyze the market from these zones, okay? Analyze the market from these zones. Alright, looking at it now, let's go down to the 4-hour. From the 4-hour, what do you see is happening? This was a high, low, okay? This was the 4-hour supply. This was the 4-hour supply. But first, what do we see is happening? The market reacted from our demand created high. This is a new lower low. Now like a double bottom, created a new high. Then the market came back again to this last mitigation here, to the last mitigated candle here, and continues for the bullish, okay? And now remember we analyzed that okay, there was supposed to be a trade from this point. Okay, the market was supposed to come to this point for the buys to play out, and yes, the market did get to these zones for the buys to play out. And guess what, we're also in the buys. If you look at this here, I'll take it down to the 15 minutes. And if you've been watching my channel, I've been talking about my entry criteria, okay? A break of structure and an entry. Alright, just a simple break of structure and an entry. Okay, the market now got to our demand. This was a 5 minutes entry. My entries are based off of a 5 minutes break of structure, okay? My entries are based off of a 5 minutes break of structure. After the reaction from the demand, as you can see, this was a high, low, break of structure. Market came backward to this other block and continued bullish, okay? This one got to a 1 to 10, and this was another buy position which actually continued from this break of structure, okay? If you see low, high, low, high, low, high, then the market continued going up, never got to getting back to these points again, okay, to these zones again. So this also here 1 to 13 trade, and then this was the only buys we took for AUD USD for the week. Okay, we took a loss here, then these buys, this and this. Alright, following the price action, you see this was a breaker point. If I mark this out, you'd see this was a breaker point, okay? This was a breaker point, high, low, break of structure. This was the candle that broke the structure, and as the price got there, it broke the 15 minutes, it broke the 5 minutes. Then I waited for the market to get back inside these zones because this candle was too big for me to get a tighter stop loss, okay? Then I saw a 5-minute break of structure again. Guess what? This was a break of structure, high, low, high, okay? Sorry, I am lower high, lower low, break of structure, okay? This is the break of structure where the change of character happened, and then this became our entry. Straight up the market got depths, easily a 1 to 9 trade, okay? This was an easily 1 to 9 trade, easily a 1 to 9 trade, yeah. And after that the buys played out, refusing to break these highs. Refusing to break these highs, we started seeing a huge selling power playing out here, okay? Remember, we don't chase the markets. These zones have been taken care of, and this was reaction from the breaker, and then the market got back to this inner structure, okay? Remember, this was if you're looking at it from the higher time frame perspective, because it's always top down analysis, this was a high, low, high, low, high, okay? This is high, low, high. So there's a possibility the market could get to these zones, the buys plays out, or these zones for the buys to continue, okay? And there's still a possibility for the sales to play out, but we're not anticipating for the sales yet. Actually, what we see right now playing out is the buys, okay? And remember, as the candles reacted from the demand, we can see a very clear 5 minutes break of structure. You can see a very clear 5 minutes break of structure. So what do you think we should do? This would have been our entry. I missed this opportunity because I was focused on AUD USD on this day. I was actually focused on AUD USD trade on this day. This was actually what? Let me see the trade. Risk to reward using the 5-minute candle. Okay, it's creating a little bit of space for spread. Let's see a pip or two. Okay, this should be 13. Alright, this actually ended as a 1 to 3 trade. Okay, this ended as a 1 to 3 trade. If you check this out, this was low. This was where the break of structure occurred from. Alright, this is where the break of structure occurred from, and I can see as the market gets to these zones, the sales start playing out. Okay, as the market gets to this zone, the sales start playing out, but then I'm not focusing on the sales yet. Why? I'm looking at the buys, because looking at a higher time frame perspective, which is the 4 hour, what do we see? The market is bullish. Okay, if you even check the daily created a double bottom, creating like a W pattern that can lead to bullish structure. Okay, but remember, looking at this as well, this was like a W pattern which then the sales play out from. So there's a huge possibility the sales could actually still play out from these zones, taking out this as a liquidity and continue going down. Okay, continue going short, but we don't have to do that. All we have to do is just anticipate for the coming week. Then for the coming week, what do you expect is going to happen? Okay, there's a huge possibility the market could sell up to these zones. For the buys to continue, the market could sell up to these zones for the buys to continue, or the buys continue playing out from here, breaking this structure, which would then turn this trade to a 1 to 6, okay, 1 to 8 trade. Okay, there's a possibility the price could actually still come, break the structure, and if we're looking for a reaction, what do we expect to see? That this, okay, this was a low, break of structure, higher low, higher high, higher low, continuation. Okay, most likely this is the way the market is going to deliver. Reaction from here, then buys up all the way to the up side. So what I mean is something like this. Okay, something like this playing out here, playing out here. Okay, plays out here or it plays out here. You just have to be very cautious. And also, this is what the extreme of this whole push. This is the extreme of this whole push. So remember, this is also a part of the market. Okay, the market never forgets. So there's still a tendency for the market coming to these lows for the buys to play out. Okay, there's still a tendency for the market coming to these lows for the buys to play out. So if this structure is broken and there's no reaction from this demand, then it's safe to say, okay, we can keep following the market going down shorts, going short all the way to this other demand. Okay, yeah, you could actually check my page for the trade analysis for this shorts trade video for this and this. They all broke the 5-minute structure before I could actually place an entry. They all broke the 5-minute structure, and that was how my entry played out. Okay, I don't think I ever showed this. Okay, yeah, if you look at it as well, okay, yeah, I mentioned low, high, break of structure. My entry was in this zones. Okay, so if we go down to the 1 hour, now let's look at the 1 hour and expect, what do we expect to see happen for the week? Okay, buys play out from these zones or buys play out from these zones, because this market is actually looking like an M pattern already, like it's about to take all this as a trend line liquidity. It's about to take all this as a trend line liquidity. Okay, it's about to take all this as a trend line liquidity. Buys. Alright, we don't have to rush the markets. There's no reason for us to rush the market. Okay, no reason at all. Just let the market deliver accordingly. just let the market deliver accordingly. Okay, and yeah, if I go deep, I believe there should still be a 15 minutes imbalance in here where the market never reacted from. Okay, this is the 15 minutes candle. As you can see, the market never got to that point. Okay, so there's a possibility the market can get to these zones and the sales play off massively. Alright, because looking at this is all liquidity at this top here, so the market could actually come where everybody set their stop loss, grab it a little, touching the supply, then continue selling. Okay, so we have to anticipate for everything. But that's what I meant is the market could react here and keep selling. Okay, there could be a sell possibility from these areas here, or buys from these areas. Okay, yeah, and that will be a short analysis video for Gbpjpy. Yeah, stay tuned for what's gonna happen next week, and also remember to like and subscribe. Okay, Collins View peeps. And yeah, lately I've been wanting to say some stuff because we all go through challenges. Okay, we all go through challenges, and right now I actually lost my $5,000 account, and coming back to the market after the loss, I could see, okay, yes, what happened. I actually derailed from my rules completely. I derailed from my rules completely and started looking at other strategies, trying to create new stuffs, trying to make new mistakes. But right now, there's no time for that, okay? I believe I know and I have the knowledge to make millions from the market, okay? And yeah, we just have to keep practicing, keep going, and trying to be disciplined, consistent, patience, okay, for us to actually get the results, the desired results. Because come on, we owe it to ourselves to actually be those things and not self-sabotage. Okay, yeah, stay tuned, and remember, this is just for educational purposes. All right, just for educational purposes. Yeah, see you in the next one.